I received a really sweet message yesterday from a young mom who asked me to chat today about sugar cravings. So let me give you a little insight. So before I give you some tips, tricks, and hacks on how to tackle those sugar cravings, let's talk about maybe why you're getting them. There is a giant debate out there whether sugar is as addictive as cocaine, and I'm not going to get into that. But what I do know is that processed foods and those sugar cravings are highly mentally addictive. We think about them often and they sit on our brain. So it only makes sense that if we are thinking about those foods a lot and we are eating them a lot, our body and our brain want what we think about. So what can we do to lessen those thoughts in our heads over the junk food that we're obsessing about? So here are 2 food hacks that you can do. 1, find a healthier alternative to the junk food that you're craving. You can make your own Reese's peanut butter cups. And 2, lean towards sweet fruits. They are going to have a difference in your system. As a macro coach, I totally understand that when you eat that piece of fruit, your insulin is going to react. But we are talking about minimizing sugar cravings. Fruit also has antioxidants, micronutrients, and fiber, which is going to slow that insulin from going crazy. Now, if you are somebody who is struggling with sugar cravings, I want you to think about when that time is. It's typically once the kiddos are put in bed, we're left with our own thoughts, maybe we're watching TV, or maybe we're mindlessly doing something and all of a sudden we think, oh. In my house, we call it the craving hour, and that's typically between 9 o'clock and 10:30. So what happens for me is that my body is tired and I should take my butt to bed, and it knows that it wants energy and it knows we get energy from food. Our body is also smart enough to know that we get energy from carbohydrates, which is typically why we crave the ice cream, the bag of chips, and the cookies. That's a lot of carbohydrates. What I need to do is drink a glass of water and go to bed. All right. Let's just assume that you're not ready to go to bed. You like your quiet time with your kids not running around asking you for 5,200 things. Fine. Let's find a healthy, protein-packed alternative to that snacking. So when I'm feeling like that, some of the things that I lean towards are the Barely Naked popcorn. It's got lots of fiber in it. It's going to fill me up. Pop chips if I'm feeling something crunchy, or I make my own in the air fryer. Any protein ice cream like Yasso bars, or there's a million out there. Typically when our sugar cravings come after a meal, it's because we've created that habit. If you don't like that habit and you don't want to indulge in that habit, then you need to work little by little every day, removing that sweet treat post-meal. That's all habit. All right, I'm gonna leave you with this. The best thing that you can do is not to keep those sweet treats in the house that you label as red foods. You know those ones, the ones that you can't take a bite or two and walk away from. If they're in your house, you're gonna eat them. Just remove them. What you should have in your house are healthy, sweet treat alternatives, like the protein ice cream we talked about, protein balls, fruit, even throw it on the grill. Those types of options are going to serve you better metabolically in the long run.